guys, I'm Rori, and you are listening to Rori's Room, the podcast where we discuss anything and everything life throws at us. Welcome to Season 3 More Than Just a Job. I am sitting down with creatives and professionals who are chasing and shaping the work that they have always wanted to do. This season is all about sharing different perspectives from different fields and revealing just how those paths might have changed them along the way. This week, we are wrapping up our conversation with dental assistant Brianna Moen. If you haven't listened to part 1 of Brianna's episode, I recommend you do so prior to this segment. That being said, let's enter Rori's room. The next thing we're going to get into is one thing we can get behind versus one thing we can't. So, since you started out the last category, I will go first, give you a little break. So one thing I can totally get behind is, I don't know if you're a really big baker, but I have always had a hard time actually sticking to measurements. I've gotten better because I've had things turn out really badly. But one thing I can always get behind is measuring vanilla with your heart, because I feel like, I can guess what a teaspoon or a tablespoon is.
Yeah.
Cups are a little harder, but also I feel like vanilla is more taste-wise, you know?
Yes.
So you kind of just gotta measure it with your heart. But if your heart is too big, that's when you're gonna have a problem.
Oh yeah, I also agree with that, because for one, I'm not gonna dirty a little.
Exactly.
No. Yeah, I totally agree. Pancakes, I'm let me just add a little splash of vanilla. I don't need to get a whole measure. That's doing too much. Especially for vanilla. I totally agree with you on that. I also do that with salt too. Sometimes I'm it's a pinch. Do a little pinch. That's
exactly. They're oh, just put a third teaspoon. I was no, just I'm when they especially call it for in desserts, I'm why are you even putting salt in desserts anyway? I don't really understand.
I know.
I get it a little bit, but also I don't know the science behind it, you know?
Yes. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I feel like vanilla is such a good example because, I don't really do that with anything else. It's only vanilla. And it's so funny because I feel like a lot of people do that with vanilla because it's like you said, it's just a taste aspect. If I want to add a little bit more, I'll add a little bit more.
There's been times where I've actually followed the recipe truly and it tastes worse than I would have added more vanilla. So it's
yeah.
I don't know, you know?
I agree.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I don't really bake just because I've always tried to bake when I was younger and they've never ever turned out ever. And it's from scratch. The stuff from a box, I
whisk mix.
Yes. But if I'm making it from scratch, it never turns out, ever. So, because cooking, I feel like you have more leeway with cooking. You do. Throw stuff together and it turns out. Baking, it's way more, like you said, there's a science behind it. They have to
The amount of times I've put in just a little bit too much baking soda in my cookies were disgusting.
Yes.
I don't know. Okay, one thing that I've always struggled with is when recipes will be mix your dry ingredients and then pour it into your wet ingredients. And I'm no, why does it put them all together?
Exactly. But it makes a difference.
It does. Oh my god. One time I the baking soda didn't fully mix in. So there was clumps of baking soda in my cookies. It was disgusting. You could taste the baking soda so badly.
I also don't get baking soda, baking powder. And it's so random because growing up, we would always have this random thing of baking soda or baking powder in the fridge. And I would be I want to make homemade chocolate chip cookies, but we would never have chocolate chips, so it would just be chocolate chip cookies without the chocolate chips. And the recipe would always call for, if it said baking soda, I would only have baking powder. If the recipe said baking powder, I would only have baking soda. And I'm okay, well, I'm using it no matter what, because I don't know what the difference is, you know what I mean?
That's probably why your recipe.
Literally, that's dude. Yeah,
I don't know the difference, but I know there is a big difference.
See, I know there's a difference too, and I was just it's bacon and baking. The second word doesn't matter, even though it does. But yeah, they would never ever turn out. But yeah, that's so funny. I said one thing I can get behind. I guess this is more like knowing that you can take time off for yourself, or even just spending a little extra money on yourself. Yes, you need you need to control yourself. You can't just spend all your money, you know, but no, seriously. But the thing is that my job right now, back in January, we had our monthly meeting, and as because I work for a corporate company, they said that if you don't have the hours for like PTO, you cannot put in time off. You can't request time off. So, because they used to have unpaid time off, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that really like kind of struck us all. Like, I don't know, I just feel like that's pretty wild to me, because it's like none of us at work, none of us consistently call out, you know what I mean? But you have a certain amount of vacation hours for a whole year, and then you have your PTO hours, and it's like, if I am just exhausted and I need to take a day off, I don't want to, because I'm like, oh, what happens if later on me and Mark want to take like a 4-day weekend somewhere? You know what I mean? Like, that's just in my head. And like, I just feel like you just got to take the day off. Because like, if you go in, you're hurting yourself mentally, physically. You might have an attitude towards other people. Like,
Exactly.
you're not performing at your best. And I just feel like you just need to take the day off. I mean, it's work. You're like, they say they're with you or whatever, but they're not. And take the day off.
Bro, that literally blends so seamlessly into what I can't get behind, and that's staying in a job that doesn't treat you right.
Gosh, shut up, bro.
No, I'm not even kidding. Like, especially like jobs that can like easily replace you, you know?
Yeah.
Life's way too short to give your time and energy to a company that treats you like you're disposable.
Yes. Because you're only gonna hurt yourself. Like, that, and you're gonna hurt other people. You come home in a bad mood, you might take that out on, you know, family, friends, or even like at your job, certain co-workers that are just trying to help you out, and you're just like irritated. I mean, it's just, there's jobs everywhere. So
I feel like it can be really easy to feel like there's no other place for you to go, especially if you've been working there a long time. Like, you feel like you need to stay there. But it's very important to know, especially if you guys are all listening and you're feeling the same way, there are and will be workplaces and people out there who will respect you, respect your boundaries, and see your worth. So you do not need to stay somewhere that drains you.
Yeah. And
calls it normal. Like, there's so many places, chain stores or corporate stores or just like businesses that I've been at where they're like, this place is a family. Like, we're out. We all like, the most toxic place you'll ever work at. Like, it's so bad.
Yeah.
A friend of mine just recently quit her job in like a chain store, and I'm so excited for her. You can literally hear it in her voice.
Aww.
Just when she was like talking about like when she put in her notice, she was like obviously happy, like working in that type of environment where you're not appreciated, or they don't appreciate your boundaries or respect that you need time off. Like, it affects your performance not only in work but outside of work, and your behavior not only in work but outside of work too. Like, you know.
Well, and also it's like I feel like another red flag is like if they have a constant cycle of employees all the time.
Yes.
It's like, no, you guys clearly, you're not treating the employees. Like, that's such a red flag. If like, hey, we've gone through three managers this year, hey, there's a problem. Like, or just, you know, regular employees. There's an office actually that I love my dental office I work at, but we have to keep going to this other dental office in Arlington because the doctor there, they are very short-staffed on dental assistants, and we have to cycle through and go help them out over there. I went one time so far, and I know exactly why they're short-staffed on dental assistants. I'm like, it's the doctor. It's just wild. So I'm like, I'm lucky to have gotten to an office where I'm at, because you can tell. And it's like, if they're constantly going through employees, they can't find anyone to stay, then you're the issue. Crazy.
Yeah. Crazy periods of your life is like, I worked in a lot of different chain places and corporate places, and I mean, there's toxic privately owned businesses to it. But yeah, I definitely agree with the fact that you do not need to stay in that, and it's okay to take a time off. And I think those two definitely blend into each other really, really well.
One thing I can't get behind is people not taking mental health like seriously. There is genuinely, I don't even know, and you see it a lot with like, I feel like our generation is the first generation where we're actually taking it seriously, and I see it even in my parents. Like, therapy is okay. You are not gonna lose, you know, you being a man or something like that. Like, therapy's okay, and you actually saying like how you feel is okay. No one's gonna make fun of you, and that mentality needs to go away, because that's just something I've just been really irritated about. Or like dismissing people who are actually like talking about it, because if they feel comfortable enough to talk to you about it, if you dismiss them, then it's like, I'm never gonna talk to you about it again. So like, I'm just gonna keep it in, which is not good either.
Yeah, I've had some of the most clarifying experiences in therapy personally. Like growing up, I had like, I mean, I still do, but like, I have stress-induced tics that like it's like a trauma response, where it's like your body will like twitch, kind of like Tourette's, but like not exactly. So like I've always had that, where it's like I don't even have to be in a stressful situation to have it, but it can like physically hurt me. Like it's like repetition. Like if you do something numerous different times, right, like rolling your shoulder or something, like it can hurt you. Growing up, and especially in a small town that was like kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, like in that area, people who didn't necessarily take mental health severely seriously, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like growing up in that environment, and especially like being under parents who, they were both like, they're still undiagnosed, but like, they were both like pretty mentally ill, you know? And so like that transferred to me. So whenever I would have tics or something, it would just kind of be, they'd call it like my habits and just think I was doing it for attention. And it would literally like, it was so bad, because it was like, why would I do this for attention? Yeah. And it got to the point where I was like thinking like, maybe I am doing this for attention. And it wasn't until like my freshman year of college where I actually utilized like the universities of Wisconsin. They have like free counseling when you're in college, that I got my tics diagnosis, and I literally like started bawling, because I was like, so much made sense for the first time in my life with this.
Or it's you gotta get over it. You gotta get over it. And it's like, thanks. I never thought of that. Let me tell you. Dude, it's wild, because even like anxiety, I will be fine for months and nothing will even start it. And it just happens like that. And I'm super antsy, jittery. Like I just feel like very, I don't know what it's called, like where things just don't feel real. I'm like, this is just wild. And then it'll go away like nothing, and I won't have it for like a few months again. And it's just crazy how like that's just stuff just happens. And you know,
it's crazy how like your body will tell you you're stressed without like your mind thinking it. You know, like one thing my therapist had said, like in my freshman year of college, I think because I didn't really do much, like during my high school years, I transferred to a really bigger school. So like there were a lot more programs that really intimidated me. So I didn't really get involved. And then I took 2 gap years, not thinking I was going to go to college. And then I went to college and it was like, okay, I have to make it for the last 4 years and do everything now, like in the first few semesters.
Yeah.
So I was like taking 18 credits and like working off campus, and like it was intense. So like I would go to therapy and tell her what was going on and be like, I don't understand why I have these tics. I don't know why I'm so stressed out all the time. And she's like, her face is like literally like blank, like your slow day is my nightmare, you know? Like, so it's like really put things into perspective, how if you think that your schedule is like fine, your body can think a completely different way. Like it'll send you signals that you're stressed and burnt out that you just like really need to listen to, otherwise it's going to get worse, you know?
Yeah, it's like definitely like you just want to handle it and get everything done as quickly as possible. But it's like, yeah, like you said, your body will give you signs and you have to just listen to those signs. But sometimes it takes someone to tell you that, where you just like your eyes, like you're just like, dang, you really realize, and you make changes and you feel better. So yeah, that's really good. It's crazy.
I think another that also relates to like you saying that it's important to take your time off, because like also you got to keep in mind that no one is going to understand your mental health better than you are. Like once you like really start to like listen to yourself, it's not always easy to explain, you know? Like your body doesn't just tell you things without having a reason. Sometimes right, but like usually it's
yeah, no, I agree. Like you said, when you said it's not easy to say like how you're feeling, were you talking like when you're trying to explain it to other people?
Yeah.
Yes, someone who hasn't like dealt with it, it's hard to explain, very hard. And that was one of the things, like with one of my old friends, because I never had any like anxiety or like I was completely fine, but you know, my best friend had anxiety and stuff, and you know, she would try to tell me like, hey, this is what's going on, and I would just be like, it's okay, like it's going to be okay, like just calm down. And I was always wondering, like, how does that just happen? And then it happened to me, and I'm like, you can't just calm down, like you just have to wait for it to ride it out, and that's that. Yeah. So it's hard to explain to someone who's never experienced that before. Yeah.
Exactly.
Crazy.
How do you think working chairside has changed your understanding of the dentist role, and what skills have you gained since working that you didn't have?
Definitely the provider talking to patient experience, just a lot of the time, because I do see myself in the role that I'm watching them do. And I think like sometimes I'll hear the patient ask them a question, and in my head I'm thinking like, okay, how would I answer this? How would I go about this? Because a lot of the time I'm like, this is a very tricky situation. Like they need to handle this in a professional manner, because this could turn out to be something where like either the patient's getting very frustrated, or something financially, or what are the, like with a treatment, hey, we got to do a crown on this, but it might turn out to be a root canal, you know, like trying to find ways to tell the patient like, hey, I don't know until I start drilling, like, but we're giving you the options, like it could be this, but it might be this, you know. It's hearing how they're talking, because I feel like you don't learn that in school. Just hearing the way, the terms they use, the way they talk to the patients. There are some times, because obviously the providers, they go to school and they learn the high tech, I guess, terms. And for me, someone who didn't go to a dental school yet, I only know them, like they say like, you know, your gums, they say gingiva. And it's like, the normal person doesn't know gingiva is gums, you know what I mean? So it's like, sometimes like as they're talking to the patient, they'll say like a term, and I'm kind of like looking at them because I'm like, the patient doesn't know what you mean by that. And so it's like, it helps me where I'm like, hey, when I'm in this position, I know to like talk to them at a level where they're like, I know what you're saying. Like not everyone knows the terms that you learned in school.
I think that's especially helpful. Like, I feel like a lot of people have dental anxiety too, or like not just like doctor anxiety too. So like if you go to a dentist or a doctor and they're just spitting terminology at you, I would be intimidated.
Yes. And then it was so funny, because there was this one time the doctor was kind of explaining, you know, their findings and stuff like that, and it was probably like 3 minutes of the doctor just like talking, and then she finished, and then the patient goes, okay, now can you tell it to me like I'm 5 years old? And I was trying so hard not to laugh. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, now like we just finished this like 3-minute conversation, and now like we just gotta repeat the whole, you know what I mean? It was just so funny. Like being put in those circumstances really like it's helping me figure out how I want to be like as a provider someday, whether that be a dentist or a hygienist, whatever. No, yeah, that helps me, which I don't learn in school. Also, techniques. I work with 2 different doctors. We're going to be hiring a 3rd doctor here in a few months. They work differently. Like you might learn something in school that's like a certain way to do it, and they're teaching you a certain way. But when you're actually working, you start learning ways like, hey, this is easier for me if I do this. And I'm learning their different techniques. And there's certain things that dental assistants can do that you don't learn in school. And you watch the doctor do it, and then the doctor will be like, hey, do you mind doing this for me? And just from me watching them do it, I'm like, yeah, like I can do that. And I learn based on watching them, like figuring out a technique that works best for me. Even temporary crowns, we're able to make temporary crowns as dental assistants just from me watching the doctors make permanent crowns. When I make a temporary crown, I kind of like follow like their, mannerisms. Is that the right word? Yeah. Mannerisms. Yes, I follow their mannerisms, but I take some things from one doctor and I take other things from another doctor, and I kind of like, so it helps a And I'm really like thinking this was the right way for me to go. I feel like when I do go to higher education, like I feel like I can bring those, skills with me. So I'm excited.
Do you feel like you're leaning a specific way in which area of dentistry you want to do?
Kind of. Like, this is so crazy because like I'm really liking the general practice. They see so many different cases. If you're a specialist, you're focusing on pretty much like the same thing like all the time. But in general practice, you see a lot of different things, and I just think that's very interesting. Of course, like you do see the classic cavity, that kind of thing. But there's like a lot of different things. Every day is different. You don't know what's going to happen. So I feel like that's very interesting. And you're dealing with a different set of patients. You're seeing patients who haven't been to the dentist for the first time in 20 years. And you're like, hey, I want to be the dentist that changes how you think about the dentist. I hear stories of people who had bad experiences when they were a kid and now they're 40 years old and they're like, hey, like that one experience that happened to them is still with them today. And it's like, you have to be a dentist where you're like, I want you to feel comfortable coming to the dentist. And so, it's just, I really think general practice is like really interesting. So
I think it was definitely a good way to go, especially if you're looking to apply for a grad school. So that can be a really competitive department And in terms of that, you've expressed feelings of being behind in your career, which I think is a pretty common thing with like any career. So how do you cope with these feelings, and what advice would you give to others experiencing similar pressures from comparison culture?
Oh my God, I don't even...
It's a hard question.
No, it is a hard question because I really don't even... It's hard for me to even see it myself. Like, I just telling people how you feel. Like, I tell Mark how I feel. He really helps drive me. Like, hey, you got this. Like, you just got to put in the work. But it's like bringing up my aunt, for example. She thought she wanted to be a pharmacist, and she worked in a pharmacy, and she realized she absolutely hated it. And she then moved on to dentistry, and she loves it. And now for me, I'm like, I wanted to be, going to dentistry. And after not getting into the master's program, kind of feeling behind, I'm like, well, before I keep going, let me make sure I actually really want to do this. And that's why I did the dental assisting program, because I'm like, I need to get into a dental office, see if I like it. Because if I really, just to apply to dental school, you need to take the DAT. It's a $500 exam. And it's like, am I really going to put the money towards that? And then what happens if I don't like it? So finding a way to get into the position you want, where you're like kind of getting a foot in the door and you're seeing, hey, am I really going to like this job? And working there only helped me realize I really want to do this. And that helps drive me more, seeing what I want to become. Also, just looking at resources, like not everyone's in the same position, and they're going to have like opportunities for everyone, like just to get in the program. Because for me, money was a concern, and I'm like, I don't have the money to apply to dental schools, or like, what am I supposed to do? And one of the doctors that I work with, she was telling me how they have programs where you can like apply to be like, I don't really have the funds to do this. And you send them like kind of proof, I don't know what kind of proof you can send, but you send them stuff. And then they, can waive the fee for the dental admissions test. They can waive the fee for applications. And that helped open my eyes too, where it's like, okay, like it's giving everyone the opportunity to go in, not including like where their background is from. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be rich to get into a program. So that's helpful. Just keep doing research, keep looking up what opportunities they have. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do.
Do you feel like working in the field and getting hands-on experience has helped you build a support system?
Yes, actually, because at work, the doctors there, because I ask them all kinds of questions when we're in treatment. I'm like, what do you use that for? What exactly, I like asking questions to understand why they're doing something, and it's helping me just like understand the treatment. You know what I mean? I'm always asking questions, and I like watching them do the treatments, like seeing, I've gotten to a point where I know exactly like what burr they're going to grab. The burr is the thing that goes into the handpiece that they drill the tooth. There's so many different burrs that they use for different things, and I know what burr they're going to use and what they're gonna do with it. Like, it's so interesting to me, and it helps me. Like, I kind of quiz myself, like in the treatment. I'm like, okay, now they're grabbing this. It's like helping me. But also they tell me like, you're gonna be a great dentist someday. You're gonna be such a good dentist. And they push me too. They're like, no, Brie, you're gonna go become a dentist. Like, you're gonna go. Like, you got it. And that helps me a lot, because it's like, yeah, I am going to be a good dentist. Like, and so without them, like, it would just be hard to see that for myself. So yeah, working in this office has been really good, building a support system for me.
A good support system is always beneficial. If anything, just to tell you that you can do it and reaffirm that in yourself, especially like putting yourself through college and like really trying to find your footing yourself, like on your own. It's really very, very difficult, and I really admire the work that you're doing.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
I could never do it. I am not a science person. We'll stick in different levels. If you want me to design your logo, I'll do that for you, but you're the one cleaning my
Okay, yes, I agree. But yeah, I really am excited. I love working. There's like the negatives behind it. Like, I'm telling you, this week has been so draining. It's been so bad. Like, let me tell you, so this week was Dental Assistant Appreciation Week, and yeah, so they Monday they got us little pins and they wrote us letters, and then Tuesday the office manager got us little gift bags, and they bought us lunch, and then Friday morning one of the doctors bought us breakfast, and it was just like very nice. But I tell you, they worked the F out of us this week. Oh,
that's why they gave it.
Literally, it was so whack. Monday, I worked 8 to 7:30. Tuesday was my early day, so I got off Monday at 7:30. I had to be at work at 6:30 on Tuesday, and I worked 6:30 to 4:30, and which wasn't that bad. And then Wednesday was another closing day for me, another 7:30 night. I'm like, bro, like, I was scheduled till 6, but we had to stay until like 7:30 again. Thursday, I can't remember what Thursday was. I'm like losing just track, but it was just wild. Signing off on, treatment, it's like we do same day crowns. A same day crown is like a 3-hour long process, and they sign off on that at like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I'm like, why are we signing off on a 3-hour treatment this late? Because we're here until 7, 8 o'clock at night. I understand, like, when the patient's in pain, definitely let's get them out of pain. I will stay until as late as I can, or as late as I need to if a patient's in pain. But if a patient just comes in for like a checkup and they're like, oh, you need a crown, why do we gotta do it right this second? I'm like, dude, it's hard. But this week it's also, okay, this is so random, but this week is the first week where I'm like, hey, I really want to prioritize going on a walk after work. Just like getting outside. I'm in the office all day long, and I come home and I sit in the house, and it's like I'm not outside. So I'm like, I really want to go on walks after work. But then this week I literally didn't get out until dark outside every night. But I still really tried to go on walks, but this week was just rough.
How do you balance all that with your work-life balance? You try. I know in all these things I feel like it's impossible.
I know.
But are there like methods that you take to try to...
I'm still trying to come up with a routine. I've been at my job for like 7 months now, and I'm still trying to come up with a routine. For me, I have the bad tendency of putting everything off until the weekend. And I will literally, my weekends are just full of like, oh, let's do laundry, dishes, clean, all that stuff. But I'm trying to like come up with a routine where, hey, this night, let's just go ahead, do laundry, get it out of the way. Oh, this night after work, just sweep and mop the floors. You know, just something where like on the weekend, I can just like pick up a little bit and be fine. But it's just hard because you don't know what time you're gonna get off of work. And so I might have supper planned. I try to plan what I'm gonna cook the day before just so I know. Mm-hmm. But if I'm at work until 8 o'clock, I'm not coming home to cook. Like, I'm stopping and picking up something on the way home. I will say our fast food intake has gotten much more since I started working here, just because I come home, I shower right away, and I'm ready for bed. So it's been really hard to kind of come up with a work-life balance, but the weekends really, really help reset me for the week ahead. Yeah.
Do you think that besides like the fast food and stuff, do you think that working in this area has helped you improve your own health? Or has it been kind of consistent?
Yeah, okay. I will say yes, in terms of like dental hygiene. I mean, I brush every day, but I never flossed. And just hearing the stuff I hear at work, I'm like, I want to like floss every day. Like, and it's something that I've been doing. Brushing my teeth at night. I know this is so weird, but like, I brush my teeth every morning, but at night, I don't really prioritize brushing my teeth at night. That's something that I started prioritizing, brushing my teeth at night in the morning. So like, I would say dental hygiene, definitely more. Just hearing the stuff that I hear at work all day. Physical health, like, I feel like it's keeping me on my feet all day, yes, but my feet have just been hurting so bad. My legs hurt. I feel like I need to actually go work out because I need to just work my body out. You know what I mean? That'll help. Even better shoes, like my shoes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's not. Do you actually have a brand you recommend? Because like
I'm a big runner, or at least I have been before I like hurt my back. But like I've learned influential your foundation can be, especially if you're standing for a long time. I would look into like supports for you since you're just like standing and like walking a lot. I would look into like ankle support or heel support, and especially like Achilles. One of my favorite brands is Brooks. That's like a running and stuff. Yeah. But I know New Balance can be good. Jacob gets these because he's got some ankle stuff. So like he gets like I don't exactly know. I think it's plantar fasciitis, but it's like super supportive shoes that target, even if you don't have like the condition, like you can look up shoes that can target specific areas in your foot. So I think definitely look at that. I don't know if it's a brand, just because I feel like mine is more like durability in terms of like outside and stuff. But like support is definitely like, it's just like flossing. Like I always like could never really understand why you needed to floss so much, because it's like it's such a simple thing. Like I could just like go like this and it'll be fine. Like that's what I always thought. And then I had some really bad like tooth pain, so I started like really like ramping up my routine, like mouthwash, brushing my teeth like 2 or 3 times a day, like flossing and everything. And as soon as I started doing that, it's like it went away like instantly. So it's like the smallest things can do that. And that's especially like with your shoes and stuff too, like that can like, well, first of all, it'll make your legs and stuff, like that's where it starts. And then it'll go up to your back, and then it'll just like make you overall discomfort. So
I think even my posture too, my posture slacks. I really want to get maybe like a back brace or something, just so I don't like, because I mean
I've heard about that.
It's like I'm sitting chair side. I'm one of the taller people. Like the dentists I work with, they're very short, and so they typically stand up during treatment, and they have the chair. It's just the way it's positioned. I end up like hunching over, like trying to like look. And so I just really want something to like straighten my back, because my back ends up hurting after like a longer treatment. But yeah, just I would say, it's a lot. I just need to work on my body more, because the job is very like demanding. So that's something I still need to figure out.
One thing I'd recommend is like, if you ever do go to the gym, even to just do like a dead hang can be really nice, because like it stretches up.
Yes, like decompressing and stuff like that. Yeah.
ever since I hurt my back last summer, I hurt it like half marathon training because one of the reasons is because I didn't have good shoes. So like that creates a lasting effect. So like you have to be really careful with that. But like one thing I have to do like on the daily now to like decompress my back is just like hang from the bar and just like let my spine like compress.
Feels good, huh?
Yeah, it feels so good. But yeah, it's difficult. Like you never really realize how much that like working out and stuff like actually impacts you until you're on your feet all the time. Like, doing even the smallest things, because like over the winter, like we've had our hands full with like the cats and we haven't really had the time to work out. So it's like it's been like almost a year since I've been like consistently working out, which I can totally tell. Yeah. Like it's frustrating, but at the same time, like it's hard to prioritize like what really needs your time and stuff. So it's like it's hard.
It sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to get into working out. It's just like I just want to come home sometimes, you know, or just be home, but it's important. It just sucks how fast you can lose your progress too. Like you said, like you could be going consistently, and then take a month off and you're back to like square one. So it's crazy.
Yeah. I think it's always like one step forward, two steps back. So you're kind of always making progress, but like it can be really easy to slide back into that. Especially if like you're really busy. It's like it's always hit or miss, but like I feel like one thing to really think about is the progress that you're making in your career. Like lately I've been working on like this podcast a lot and having so much time, and sometimes I feel bad that I don't prioritize like getting out in the sun when it's like really nice out, like especially like in Wisconsin. You're no stranger to like in the early spring where it's like, oh, it's super nice out, and then tomorrow's like super cold. So like sometimes I'm like, oh, I should have got outside today, like before it got like super cold again. But like I've been trying to think that like I am making progress with this. Yeah. Like that's kind of what you gotta do too. Like you can't always be the best in like every single area, but I guess.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But speaking of, do you think that the experience in the dental like experience hands-on field has helped you look at your experience a little differently than you did going into college for the first time, like in a better light, more like comparison culture and stuff like that? Like how do you look at it differently than you did when you first started college?
Yeah, I wish I would probably have a better answer if I worked like at a few different offices, but just kind of seeing like everyone is their own person. There's like everything's very personable. Like yes, there is stuff like you have to for school you do learn. Now like understanding like school is very much so like surface level, and that kind of helps me out where it's like you really learn just like in person, like when you start working, even shadowing doctors. Like when you're in dental school, you know, you start shadowing, just watching other doctors like do their job, and just like watching that in real time instead of just like sitting in class, you know, kind of working on, you know, a dummy, or like, you know, when you are working on a real person in class, you have to do it like a very specific way, but not everyone can do something a very specific way. They find their own ways to make it, you know, easier on themselves. And it's like you just learn like differently from watching different people. And like I did, you know, work at one other office just one day, just kind of seeing how she does things, and, you know, me being like, okay, I don't really want to work like that. I just like following, you know, the other doctors, kind of what they're doing. I just, with the university, you know, undergrad, the science program, it is very like surface level. You learn about like the body and stuff like that, but you really don't start learning more in depth until like you get into like a professional school. You know what I mean? I do feel like other degrees though, because they do know like if you're doing a science program, you're most likely going to another higher education. Whereas like the arts or something like that, you're learning like hands-on everything, because like that's your degree. But they have the mentality for, you know, like my bio major, hey, you're gonna learn more in depth when you go to, you know, med school or dental school or whatever, you know? So still just very surface level. I learned so much more being in a dental office than I did at school, I feel like. So
right. It's always in the places that you don't expect.
Yes, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Having all this experience and working in the field, how do you think that moment will feel when you finally get to go to dental school? Do you think it'll feel a little differently than you expected?
Yes, I do. I feel like I'm very scared because you have to like sacrifice a lot of your time, a lot of your energy, a lot of your money. And it's like, I just don't feel ready for that yet. Like I like, you know, making the money I'm making now and having the freedom, like, hey, let's go do this weekend. You know what I mean? Coming home, and now that I'm not in school right now, it's like I come home and I don't have to do homework or I don't have to study. Like I can just like relax and chill out. But then it's like, you know, taking that break because I graduated December 2024. So it's been a little over a year since I graduated, and now having to, I mean, you took 2 gap years like you did. Yeah. It's like getting back in that rhythm of school. It's hard. So it's gonna be a lot for me.
I feel like change is always hard, and especially when you get comfortable somewhere, like it can be really hard to leave that. Because like you're comfortable there and you feel safe, and venturing out into that is very, very scary. But like, I think c'est la vie, like that's life. That's always going to be happening. Like, yeah, it's a whole thing. I feel like that about leaving for graduation, like after college, but at the same time, I'm like, that's always going to keep happening. You know, like if you always keep yourself in a stagnant spot, you're never going to progress. So that's how I like to look at it. But it's better. Easier said than done.
Exactly. Sure. Yeah, I feel that. When do you graduate?
This December.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited for you.
It's gonna be a journey for sure. I think we're gonna be taking like an extra semester just to like gain our footing out of college and like make some money before we like make any moves.
So you guys graduate at the same time?
Potentially.
Gotcha.
I think we could. I think it all just depends on like when Jacob wants to finish school and like what his plan is there. But like, I don't know. It's scary. Like I think college has allowed me to like build my portfolio a lot, and also live in my little bubble kind of. So I'm hoping that I can like, it's not too much of a shock to like switch like that. Like his family has been very supportive of me and him, so I'm really, really grateful for that. And I know I'll always have that support system behind me, but like at the same time, like I don't know, in my field, I feel like it's very competitive in terms of like where you can find opportunities and stuff. Like I want to work in like creative form stuff, and Whitewater is journalism school. Yeah. So it's more like in my coursework, I had to like bend it to fit what I want to do, which has been hard. But I guess it like helps me in like the real world, the outdoor college world, because like I feel like you have to do that with like everything.
Would you ever look into like going into like game design or something like that, or not really?
I originally started as a graphic design major, and so I was kind of along that area. Jacob actually works in game.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Like he does like computer science and game design. I think I'm more like digital, like video stuff. Like I do like corporate media, like commercials and stuff too. I think that's where I'm most trained. I don't even know where to start with game design. That's a whole different field. But like I admire the people who can actually do that, because I've seen what Jacob's been doing, and it's actually surprisingly a lot of math.
I was thinking that too, like going in depth like that and coming up with like the way things move and like the placement of things. Like I just feel like that's a lot. You have to enter it into the computer, and it has to be in a certain like format to make it work out. So yeah, definitely. So is he doing like that stuff like for like projects and stuff? Like you can see that. So yeah, I think like the commercial sort of side things for you, that would be like really cool. I feel like there's definitely positions and stuff for that everywhere.
Yeah, there's always positions for like advertising and stuff like that, and I'm actually surprised myself with how well I've been able to like do all that. And I think being so versatile in a degree has allowed me to do that, because like I have a lot of certificates and stuff that are like all in different areas. So that's been really nice. So I can be pretty versatile in the job market too. But yeah, I'm sure that's something that you've learned too, especially at being a dental assistant. Yeah, just having to like be able to do something.
Literally, yeah. Our lead dental assistant, I've learned like from her, she has to be cross-trained everywhere. Everyone goes to her. The front office people, the doctors, obviously the dental assistants, like everyone goes to her. Or if something breaks in the operatory, hey, this hose is leaking. She's in there, she's got her tool bag. She's trying to I couldn't do that. Phone rings, she's up front, answering appointments, checking people in, pulling insurance. I'm like, you're everywhere. I mean, she is the lead, so she's like, she has certificates and she gets the pay that's like, you know, higher than just the regular dental assistants. Whereas for me, I'm slowly, you know, learning other things. Heidi, Heidi's the lead dental assistant. She delegates like to the dental assistants, hey, you know, because as a lead dental assistant, everything comes on you. So you just want to make sure to give yourself a little bit, you don't want everything to fall on you. So you have to kind of delegate to your DAs, like, hey, you're going to be in charge of this, you're going to be in charge of this, blah, blah, blah. So I'm in charge of the CEREC machine. And the CEREC machine is the thing that makes the permanent crowns. So I take care of that weekly. There's things weekly, monthly. So I learned that. That's really fun. There's just, she does everything. But they always tell us, like, at work, they're like, hey, if you hear the phone ringing, answer the phone for us. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do when I pick up the phone. You know what I mean? So, like, I didn't learn that yet. I'm just like, someone else can answer the phone. But yeah, so very, very interesting. And that's where, like, my brain goes, where, like, there's so many things I can do to move up. Like, it's not just like I can only go to become a dentist. Like, if I like something else, like, there's different opportunities for me. So that's what's cool.
Right. What would you say that has been your most valuable lesson that you've learned throughout the entire journey?
That there's still, like, a lot of time. Like, there's a DA I work with. I think she's like in her mid-30s. She has 2 kids and she's wanting to go to school to become a hygienist. And then there's, you know, the owner doctor. She just had a baby. She's so young yet. Like, she still has so much, like, time to be a dentist, to be a mom, to travel. The other doctor, she's first year dentist, and she's, you know, I'm seeing different, like, what's the term I'm looking for? Everyone's, like, in their own point of life, and I'm seeing everyone's, you know, what point they are in their life. And it's helping me, like, I just need to give myself grace, slow down. We're all in our own stages of life, and we all have enough time to go and do, you know, whatever. And it's like, I think to myself, I'm like, well, dental school is 4 years. Okay, well, I'm 23. If I start dental school 24, 25, even 25, if I start dental school, I'll still graduate before I'm 30. Or even by that time, even if I graduate when I'm after 30, it's like, I'm still young. I still have time. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just have to give myself grace. We're all in different stages of life. So
30 is crazy. I can't even.
I know.
Hearing you say that, I'm like, oh my God. Like, I feel like I was like 19 yesterday.
Yeah, it's wild. Even just, I don't know. There's so much stuff. Like, I feel like, are you on TikTok a lot or not really?
I actually uninstalled TikTok. I am on
Good. I feel like I definitely, I don't know, just social media, it can just make you, like, think very negatively of yourself. Like, just, again, comparing. And, like, even, I think about it, I installed TikTok 2019. It does not feel like I was on TikTok for 7 years now. 7 years. I was scrolling. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's just crazy to think about, like, how much time I've wasted.
Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship with me, because, like, for a long time I tried going, like, therapy, but, like, being in a degree that is, like, primarily like social media, and, like, I have always had to, like, re-download it and, like, maybe, like, put, like, a timer on it, like, certain areas of time I go on it. It's like, it's hard, especially, like, I'm always thinking, like, I wonder how much I've been online, like, or sometimes I wonder if I should have chosen a more practical degree that's not, like, something that can be, like, easily eradicated if digital stuff didn't exist. But it's like, that's a huge step, especially with, like, the approach of, like, AI and stuff. It's like,
but I feel like
that's a whole nother.
No, genuinely. But I still feel like the degree you chose, it's only gonna get, like, more demanding, and more useful. Like, I feel like you're always going to have a job market. You know what I mean? There's some people where their degrees can easily get taken, you know? And it's like, I feel like you and even Jacob are in a degree where it's like, we're always going to need that. So I feel like that should give you a sense of security.
Yeah, you as well. I don't feel like people feel super comfortable
with robots
all the time. With robots.
Right.
There's a little bit of
yeah, exactly.
There. All right, and to close this episode, Brianna, where can our listeners follow your progress?
Oh yeah, probably Instagram. I genuinely I try to post on my story all the time. I love just little short Instagram stories. Brianna Moen. That is all. But yeah, I try to post on my stories, and yeah, that's pretty much where. So yeah.
Awesome. Where can we expect to see you going moving forward? Do you think that we can expect to see your camping TikTok or anything?
Yes, I really feel like I want to. But I would want to create a whole new account. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I would have to come up with a name. But yeah, I kind of want to. Oh yeah, that's cute. I kind of want to do that, and even my pets and my animals. I don't know. Maybe someday I could even make a little bit of money off of it. But yeah.
Girl, I will hit
no, seriously.
If you're listening to this in 5 years, just check my following and she'll be
seriously. Hopefully, I should make it. If I make it, I'll send you the name of the TikTok account.
Awesome. Sounds good. That would be great. Well, I think that's a perfect way for us to close the episode. Thank you so much for coming on to talk with me. It's been so long, and it's been so nice just to catch up.
Thank you for inviting me. I was super excited. I knew. I feel like we caught up a lot, talked about, a bunch of different things. So this was really fun. Thank you.
Yes. I hope that you sharing your story kind of put things into perspective. And I know personally, I used to be scared to share my story, but after having done so, it's just so empowering.
Yeah. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. This was a lot of fun.
Rori's Room is written and produced by myself, Rori Nikole, and you can find the show wherever you get your podcasts. Theme songs and background music were produced by TJ Borkenhagen. You can follow Rori's Room on Instagram @Rori's Room, and follow me @itsRori_X for updates on the show and a few more glimpses into life behind the mic. If you enjoyed today's episode, drop a review wherever you listened in. The goal of this show is to share my story and the stories of others in a way that makes people feel a little less alone. The next episode will be out August 23rd, 2026, where we will be wrapping up our conversation with full-time nanny Elaine Williams. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you all next time in Rori's Room.